You know how children love to ask so many questions? I love it when my nieces say, "Imo," "Imo," which means auntie in Korean. They'll say, "Why do I have to go to sleep now? Why do I have to eat my cake after dinner?" And sometimes they ask some more philosophical questions like, "Why is the sky blue?" Or, "Why do the stars only come out at night?" Or even better, "Why do people die?" And what happens actually over time is when these kids keep asking all these questions, sometimes they get discouraged and say, "Stop asking so many questions, just do it." And over time, what ends up happening is that the deep curiosity they have can get suppressed. So today I'm talking about curiosity. And what would it look like if curiosity and the fostering of curiosity could actually result in the things that you care about on a day-to-day basis, such as how do you improve our productivity? How can you be more innovative? And how do you actually develop better relationships? So in some ways, I'm actually asking us to journey back into our childlike state of having a deep curiosity and desire to know. And so let me just talk to you about productivity. So first thing about productivity, imagine if we were to ask or encourage our staff to ask why questions instead of saying be more productive. When you actually have a lot of new people coming into organization, they're often the triggers that catalyze a lot of change and innovation in the way that you work and can actually improve productivity. And they're open to asking the why questions, which sometimes, I guess your more entrenched employees will stop asking because they're just so used to doing things the way they are. So imagine if we put the mindset of that new employee back on and started to ask, why? Why do we do this? Why do things have to be done this way? I think it actually could result in much more productivity. The second area is about driving innovation. Now this one is probably the most obvious linkage to curiosity, right? Because curiosity is at the root of all innovation. It's actually what encourages us to ask questions about why do we do things the way they do, why we do them? Can we do it in a different way? How could we change it? And one way that you can define innovation is a mix of a curious heart and mind, a belief that the thing that you'll change is able to be different, and a passion to drive it forward. Some people call it divergent thinking, but I'm just calling curiosity and I'm linking that actually to the things you need for innovation. And so for example, if you were to start with a business problem, instead of asking about what incentives or marketing or things that you can practically do to drive sales, what if you started with a different question? One that stemmed from curiosity, which was, why do customers behave this way? What is it they really want? And be really curious to understand who they are and what motivates them. I wonder if our solutions would actually be very different than starting with the what questions. The last area really is about improving human relationships. We actually see people in relationships through our own lens and through our own perspectives. But what if we took a step back and when someone annoyed us, instead of talking or focusing on the things that annoyed us, started with a question of curiosity. I wonder what kind of day they had before they met me today. I wonder why they're behaving the way they're behaving. I wonder why they're so snappy. I wonder why they're so negative. I wonder what experiences they may have had in life. And when you start with that genuine curiosity for the other person as a human being, and not as someone who happens to be annoying you at the moment or frustrating you or disagreeing with you, I wonder if that would then be the start of the building of true, authentic relationships. You can call it care or empathy. I'm just calling it curiosity because it starts with a question. So what would our lives look like, our organizations, our businesses, our personal lives, and our relationships, if we were to apply a bit more curiosity